Hello guys, this is Nikki. You're watching Facelesstrader here at Awesome 10X channel. If this is the first time that you are watching us, please know that we do a daily live stream content for global markets and the Philippine markets. Click subscribe and click the bell for all notifications of our videos daily. So for today, it's June 4, 2020. We're talking about issues that have risen on earnings. So Zuora shares, let's just first discuss. Zuora shares jumped 10% on earnings revenue beat. Shares are trading 10% higher in after hours after the online subscription billing and management platform reported first quarter results exceeding Wall Street estimates. Zuora reported a loss of only $17.5 million compared with a loss of $20 million a year ago. After adjusting for stock-based compensation, reports loss of a 6% a share, down from 11 cents a year ago. Revenues improved 15% to $74 million from $64 million a year ago. A few things about their earnings. Their CEO, Tian Chua, said that there's never been a time when the importance of what we do for our customers is more apparent. We had a healthy quarter of growth despite challenges arising from the pandemic. Moments like these truly highlight resilience of having a subscription revenue business, both for us and for our customers. So for those who aren't aware, Zuora has a lot of customers, including Zoom Video, including Zendesk, including NVIDIA, Electronic Arts, HBO. Zuora is a subscription economy leader, so they power up all the subscribers for your HBO Max, Economist, Financial Times. They handle the billings and subscription, flexible pricing, renewal, and so forth. And that's how Zuora makes money. Zuora was a buy list for us at 12 below for the week, and right now it's opening at about $15 in the last time I saw. We think that the good news will propel Zuora to go as high as 16, and maybe a couple of quarters we go back to prior highs of about 20. So that was a good earnings pop for Zuora. Let's take a look on some earnings reports. Cloudera was something that I didn't cover, so I'm gonna just read the news for you. Cloudera shares tank on light revenue outlook. Company topped first quarter forecast but issued a lower guidance for the current quarter and full fiscal year. Shares are falling in after hours 6% after the cloud firm posted $210 million for the quarter ending April 30, a growth of 12%, higher than analyst consensus, but down 6% immediately. We executed extremely well in the first quarter, particularly as the pandemic was in full effect for more than half of our first quarter. We believe that the remote working environment has placed heightened importance on data analysis, and data security, which has increased the value of data architecture design, critical hybrid cloud solutions, and so forth. To be honest, I have never studied Cloudera yet, but I think the market is unhappy because of just 12% earnings revenue growth, given that a lot of the other cloud firms are doing so well. Take note that Cloudera has already risen from about $5, $4.50 to about 12. So that 6% drop is really pricing in a take profit from a lot of people buying up from 4, 5 to 8, all the way to 12. So it's really more of a sell on take profit on the news. A lot of earnings results that went so strong this week. CrowdStrike, of course. Of course, you are all aware of Zoom Video. So tonight, earnings report for Slack, DocuSign will report tonight. Okay, so for Zoom Video, after that great earnings, we still see that the FOMO is intact. People who were buying before earnings and after earnings continue higher. Those who want to buy can continue to buy any dips from about 198 to 200 if you can still get in with support, very strong support at 180. We're trading at about 30 times price to sales, which is typical for most software as a service names. Zoom Video trades at 60 billion market cap. Can it become a 70 or 80 billion market cap? we're hit. We think that the resistance is somewhere within the 233 to 258 zone. So additional $20 for the current price. So risk is quite high. So those who are entering Zoom should be aware that so small sizes. Those who have it are just holding for the extra gravy. Now, just wanted to share that from the earnings reports, we like Huya and Doyu. So far, it looks like from a charting perspective, Huya is consolidating here. Take note that Huya is weak because of that U.S.-China tensions, but we believe that if there will be a strong inflow for the markets, Huya could be a beneficiary, fundamentals and good technicals right now. Good risk reward. You buy it about 16, 16.80, you got a reward 20 to 21. The parent company of Huya is, of course, Joy Inc. Joy Inc. has already broken above that 67 mark. Now it's 73. Could go higher to 80. That would be a 3-day move. Very strong moves after earnings reports. So, yeah, very good for Chinese live streaming. For those who aren't aware, they are somehow the Twitches of China. So gaming, live streaming, it's a secular trend. You could see that though you also after earnings from $8 to 9.40, that's 20%, which we think will continue higher. With the reopening of the markets and the economy, the square of Brazil, which is StoneCo, has continued to grow. So we're seeing some resistance for StoneCo here at 38, but we think that anyone who doesn't have StoneCo would continue to buy here at 33 and 30 for a resumption for a V-shaped move recovery for StoneCo. StoneCo handles and processes payments owned by co-founder Andre Street and another guy, I forgot the name, but two founders, Brazil, also a Stanford alumni. Very strong numbers for this fintech processing payments for Brazil. So I'd say that with 500,000 clients so far, it could continue growing. Lots of total addressable market potential. This is a fintech play. Of course, the Square, which is Square, Jack Dorsey, so far 36 to 91. A lot of people are skeptical in the market strength, but can Square go higher to about 99 to 100? The numbers suggest yes, but it's normal for some people to be a bit on the sidelines or they're taking profits if they were if they were brave enough or courageous enough to buy a lot, especially when it was lower at around March and April times. So far, what else are we gonna talk about? Okay, for the casinos, we're seeing that the reopening of casinos have continuously surged higher. So we could see with resorts. So the reopening theme as a sector is very strong for your quote unquote bad names. We've seen it all strong scientific games, 16 to 19. Take note, this is a 4 to 20 move. That's about 500% move from the lows. Really strong moves for casinos. But here for Penn, I'd say that at 32 to 34, people are starting to take profit because this was really an amazing move from about 360 to about 434. That's more than 900% move for a casino. We are waiting for work earnings tonight for Slack. So if it follows that remote work collaboration theme, yes, of course it does follow that remote work collaboration theme. The question is how high will the market pay up? Will the market pay a premium? We believe the answer is yes. Any drops will be contained at 35 to 37. Should it report not so good earnings, but if it like blows out to go as high as 47 to 50, take note that Slack already has been growing 100%, 80%. from about zero in the last 5 years, like 2014. As of 2019, they have more than 10 million customers. We now have maybe 20 million. So 20 million slackers, and the conversion rate, we'll see. We'll take a look at the numbers. But in terms of earnings surprise, Slack is gonna, in our view, gonna surprise to the upside more than the downside. Some of the important earnings this week: DocuSign, Yext. DocuSign has been rallying. It went from about 40 to about 150. This is times 4 in the last 2 years. We think that it could be priced for perfection, just like Cloudera. So if they don't report such a wonderful number, although DocuSign has often reported 100+% growth, I would say that there will still be people, assuming it doesn't have great quarters, it will still be bought here at 120 to 130. Now, for really strong companies growing, you'll notice that ever since that gap up, good earnings for Fastly. Fastly just keeps on going higher and higher, trekking into the all-time high zone. Extensions can still go to about 50 to 57, but with super duper extensions, it is understandable that some people are asking and questioning and being skeptic about this rally in the market. So I think some of the people are rotating to some value names. We saw some value names picking up for Baidu. Take a look, Baidu, take a stance. Good earnings here when it reported, and then it fell from about 120 to 105. That $15 drop was just caused by Trump tweeting that they wanted the Chinese issues to go back to Hong Kong. Nevertheless, we're seeing that that drop became just an opportunity for some bargain hunters to buy. Artificial intelligence, Apollo, and the overall search of Baidu has gone from web to mobile apps, and that has given the company a higher margin. And so I think that this is a long-term trend going back to 140, 150. Some resistance at 120, some resistance at 130 and 140, but the trajectory is upward. Consider Baidu in your buy list. Yeah. Now, let's take a look for your, lastly, let's just take a look. Okay, so Rubicon. Rubicon is now in NASDAQ. This is a connected TV winner. So they sell advertisement digitally. So actually last night, a lot of your programmatic digital advertising were going higher and higher. The trade desk, 350, these are all-time highs. So generally speaking, I don't see the market having any reason to sell off. Any drops of Facebook here at 218 will be bought. Twitter, which had a noise when Facebook was saying, when Trump was threatening to actually get out of social media, notice 34, 131, we said that there was a strong resurgence and trends are up for this. So continuously gonna go back to 40. The past few days, that pullback was just an entry point for Twitter. So yeah, there's a lot of strong names in the market. Nothing to be afraid of. We saw some picks of ours like Charlotte's Web starting to oops, not that. Charlotte's Web, C Web here. The Charlotte's Web, you could see that that was a buy zone here at about 750. So we bought here at about 620, rallied, correction, enter again. So we think that this Canadian marijuana company can go back to about 12 and 16. So consider those names. See you again, and tomorrow, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to just put it on the comments. I'll feature your company picks, and let's talk about them in the next streaming daily. Bye-bye.